All right, hey guys, we got to do some language from yesterday. I tabled it, so don't take the mic away from me. So here is Cowboy. Can I take it now? You can take it.
All right, we did have a proposal from the Rules and Regs Committee tabled yesterday, and so we need to have a motion at this time. There's been some revised language. Is it up there now?
Yep.
Okay. And do you also have, okay.
Yeah, I have everything.
Okay. Then what I'm going to do is ask if there's a motion to untable or put it back in front of the body, the motion regarding clarification on 10-8 rounds. So moved by Mr. Foster. Is there a second? Second right down here. I got the guys right in front of me. I'm always getting Scott. Thank you, Scott. We'll turn it over then to Mr. Wheelock at this time.
It should be easy, allegedly. So with help from Tracey, I'm going to bring Tracey up. Andy Foster brought up a very good point, just keeping consistency with what we had. This goes back to the document that was really put forth by Sal D'Amato and Jaron Valil and also McCarthy from Rules and Regs. It was a proposed clarification of the 10-8 round. This is what we showed you guys yesterday. Nobody wants to read it or is interested, but I'm going to put it up. Are you? Okay.
And Sean, explain the difference between the original definition that required the portion in the grappling, but not the striking.
I didn't know it was.
So the question that Andy's asking is the original difference in the language. So in 2016, when we changed the 10-8 language, we put in on the grappling that it's essentially seeking a submission, a fight-ending type submission. And that language got lost, and thanks to Andy for noting that. A fight-ending submission would be if I were in a mounted guillotine and I were going in deep. That might not get it, but that's what I'm going for. If I were standing and I lock something on almost like a head chancery, I'm holding a submission position, that's not really a fight ending. It all goes to dominance. Is that fair, Andy? So Andy brought that up. He was absolutely correct. So in the transition of what we proposed, I will show here the language from the current unified rules as you see dominance. And with Andy and Tracey's help, we've now changed the language on dominance to this. And Tracey, I'll give it to you.
Yeah, sure. Am I able to toggle back to the language in the? Yeah. So
The original language?
the PDF of the paragraph 3 as it now exists, that one. Okay. So, and by the way, everyone, I'm from Bellator. I merely am just trying to help the Rules Committee. Yeah, I'm not officially doing this in Bellator capacity. I just wanted to help to clarify. So what the Rules Committee is trying to say here is if you look in the existing definition of dominance, the already existing definition of dominance, sentence 2, dominance in the grappling phase can be seen by fighters taking dominant positions in the fight and utilizing those positions to attempt fight-ending submissions or attacks. I think what Andy was pointing out is in the new guidance, it seemed like it was contradictory. Basically, what the Rules Committee was trying to say is, this second sentence here is the gold standard for dominance in the grappling phase. This is what we ideally want to see. The Rules Committee is basically saying, in the absence of the gold standard, if we go with the silver standard, somebody who's not necessarily doing this, then in that case, we would be moving to the language that has been drafted and proposed. Do you want to toggle over to that? This one. So basically it's just clarifying. In the absence of, quote, dominance in the grappling phase, as we just saw it, as set forth in paragraph 3 of the promulgated rules, to be considered dominant, there must be singularly or in combination some types of submission attempts, strikes, or an overwhelming pace, which is measured by improved or aggressive positional changes that cause the losing fighter to consistently be in a defensive or reactive mode. Does that make sense to everybody now? Great, lovely.
It's much better.
It is. No, and thank you to Andy for pointing it out. As a guy who makes my living not in this fun stuff, but in words, I should have caught that, so thank you, Andy. And again, for clarification, this is a recommendation. This is not a change to the unified rules. This is guidance to give to your judges on 10-8 for clarification, but that's what we'll be voting on.
All right. We've had a lot of discussion about this, and it appears that Andy is happy. Is there any further discussion on this motion to adopt this language in the explanation of 10-8 rounds? Any further discussion? Any further discussion? Seeing no further discussion, we shall move to a voice vote on the motion. All in favor of adopting the motion for a clarification of 10-8 rounds as a clarification, signify by saying aye. All opposed, say nay. The ayes have it. It is approved by unanimous vote.